Alright guys, so look, today I made $410 off my trades today, and we're gonna go straight into it and see how I did it, and we're gonna break it down. So first thing is looking at the overall charts. Looking at the overall charts, we see that the market could go up to 389.37, how I marked up, or 389, or it could fall down to 386. So them is the two areas I have right now. Right now it's at 387.27. So, and it's at my blue line right now. So it's at a reasonable place right now to where it could stay. So what am I thinking of? Okay, what if this could be a bullish pennant? See, it's coming down and slanted as a flag, so it could go back up. So you see, that's what I'm thinking of. But I don't like trading within the first 5 minutes because I'm not confident with that. So as you can see right there, I draw up my support where the market has, respected. It bounces off right there, and the market's making a high. It looked like it wants to go to 389. It goes past the 200 MA. So if you know by now, I don't like straight directly looking at my MAs because for a lot of people it can confuse them. I like to have my charts pretty much clear and I could look. So the market's going up to about 389 that I'm seeing right now. The rest of the market is pretty bullish. So at this point, I'll take out my 8 MA and my 20 MA to see if it wants to retest and fall at the MA, so, or does it want to fall at the last place it retested at. So I go over to my Ninja Trader and I see that it falls. So I'm like, okay, let's see if it falls to the support. It's a nice demand zone. Look at the 5 minute, it looked like a nice support zone. So that's what I'm looking at. It's falling. I'm like, okay. So at this point, I put out my retracement. I'm like, okay, if it goes to 0.618 and bounces, that could be a nice back play all the way up. And then all the MAs is definitely closing together. So this could be a definite big up or down move. So Apple's falling, I see AMD's falling, Tesla's falling. So when I see stuff like that, when I see what the rest of the market is doing, it helps me indicate the spot, because everything goes with the spot. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, it's still falling. It's going to that 0.618, which is close to that supporting areas. So let's see what it wants to do. And mind you, the 200 off the 5 minute chart, the 200 and the 8 has crossed, but we still waiting to see what it wants. So going back to my Ninja Trader, I'm looking, I'm like, okay, does it want to bounce off the MA? Does it want to continue to fall? We don't know yet. So I'm looking at the 1 minute. If it's red, if the red passed the green, we're looking for a bearish move to that support. So that's what we patiently waiting on. So I want it to break, and I can get in for a sell because I know where it's going to. So when it comes to the trades, guys, it's really about staying patient. I like retest. Most of the time when I trade, I like retesting trades. But make sure when you get clarification when you trade, make sure you back trade a lot to, test your methods out a lot. I've been in so many scenarios within the market that sometimes you get the sense to know what the market wants to do. Just like right now, it's at the MAs. But if it falls below the MAs, it's going to that support. If it breaks below that support, it's going to that next support zone. So the market is pretty much tempering right now. We're staying patient. And then right now look like a nice fall. So be patient in these trades, guys. Right now, market's been going on for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 minutes right now. So I haven't made not a move yet. I know a lot of people easily get straight into these moves. Don't know why. You shouldn't. Like right now, it looks like it's bouncing off the MAs and going back up. And that could have been a pretty nice move for in and out. Again, I'm scalping, so I'm not really straight hopping into trades. And I feel like once a market is at a certain point and it's starting to make a nice high, I don't want to get into it because I feel like it'll be too late sometimes. That's why I like to get in on a retest. And for right now, it's not at a retest point for me. Especially looking at the 5-minute. That big gap right there, it's not enough for me. So I needed to break that wick. It broke the wick. I got in. So I'm looking for the sell. So I wanted to go to the first support. And I could took out right there at the first support. But I didn't. So right now we up $75, $65, $70, $80. But I'm like, okay, the way that fell, I think it's going to fall to the next support. So that's what I'm holding to. Cause look how big that dropped to. It dropped pretty big. So look at the big green candle on the 5-minute chart. I think it's gonna retest at the bottom of that and maybe go back up. But if it follows that low, then on my trading view where I have it marked up at, I forgot what that was. It's gonna go to my next zone that I have marked with my lines. So I'm looking at right now. Look at that drop, guys. Just 4 contracts. That's just 4 contracts. That's $175, $180. Now, honestly, it would have been really, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think it was better if I took at that support, because that stock, the spot could easily retest it and played all the way back up. Because this is a definitely respectable area for a retest. But I stayed in because, again, you can't see it on this chart on the screen, but I have my trading view, and the rest of the market is still falling. It's hard. So that's why I stayed in the market. So where I have my buy limit is pretty much where my line is at on my trading view, where I have it marked up to fall at. So it can make more sense to why I lowered it down more. So I ended up going in for more contracts because I knew at this point what the market wanted to do. And I was definitely confident. So I went for 10. I think I ended up with like 12 contracts. I really got confident in this trade to where I was like, okay, we going to make a big move down. So I'm staying patient. So I see it came down off the 1 minute. Retested the zone right there. And if it breaks the wick, it's going to be a big fall down. So off the 1 minute, it broke the wick. Even though it went green, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see what's going to happen. Boom, 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 boom. Patient, patient, patient. When you study these charts for so long, it's like you know these charts. So it's retesting that area right there where I have it marked up at. Retest is your best friend, guys. I promise you. Look at the one that came down to make a lower low. Came up to make a lower high. To retest to make a lower low. And that's what happens. Got it for 12 contracts. It's breaking all them wicks to make a new low. Boom. I got out. 410 for the day. Took out. I was done. So you see why I say the retest. We got in on the first drop. Boom. Played it down. And then it came up to retest the zone. And then came back down to make a lower low. And that's how I played that trade to make $410. This trade took me 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes. So it was definitely a remarkable trade. Made gains for the day. I'm happy with it. And I got out. Now, the first time I should have got out when it hit that lower level. And I ended up taking out that level still. So I'm glad I didn't get caught up to where the trade didn't reverse. But never be greedy in those type of situations. So my videos, I want you guys to see how I trade, but also learn from what I trade. So number one, I should have took out. I should have took out that supporting zone because it could be a retest. That should have been it. But I had great trades, good entries, and good takeout points. So I love you guys. Hope you like this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.